Hey everybody, it's Zero Gear Plus. Welcome back to Let's Play the Final Fantasy IV. Can't fly the Enterprise worth a heck World Tour. In the last episode, oh boy, did we ever find what we were looking for. We added Cecil into our party. We made him a mammoth of just an absolute unit right out of the gate because we've been hoarding all of his stuff for him. Still need to find his crystal helmet, but I'll gladly wear this black cowl for the meantime. Plus, I mean, we could have him wearing nothing but the adamant armor and he'd still be a force to be reckoned with. So, at this point, aside from Giant of Babel, which is something I would like to do, I don't even need to do Giant of Babel at this point. All it does is get us a character check. But, I don't even think I need to do it at this point. Because that Wyvern's going to trounce us. Unless I can find, like, some endgame, like, usable items and pray to God I can get some attacks off. Like, being able to, like, set up, like, establish Reflect before he has a chance to attack us or anything. But I really doubt that that's going to happen. And I got the character I wanted, so it's not the end of the world for me. I think also because I made it so there are no duplicate characters in this game, that I could likely figure out... I should be able to figure out backwards what character would have been there just by going through the list of all the characters I've gotten so far. And... I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, let's look at the checker really quick. Because we got everybody. We found everybody. There's a Rydia we have access to. We ditched Tella. We have Kane. We have Cecil. We have Edward. Rosa we're not using right now. Palom and Porum we are. Sid we have. Edge we found. Fusuya we found. We know where Yang is. I wonder if there would be a dupe that they're like, oh, we can't let you use a dupe. Sorry. That's a possibility. That's always a possibility. But we're going to go into the Lunar subterrane and just do the final dungeon worth of stuff. Just to really just victory lap some bosses and see what cool equipment we can find down here. Alright. White Dragon. Pale Dim. Whatever you want to call him. Would normally be hiding the Murasame. Ooh, an emergency exit. I don't need that. Oh, you know what? That actually could be useful instead of going all the way. Well, if I use an emergency exit, does it take me all the way out? It would have to. Huh. Another moon boss. I could swear we've killed them. Oh, we missed one. There's one we haven't found yet. It's going to be Plague. Plague horror. Oh, no, they just all look like that. Mylon Z, Form 1. Can you do anything scary to us? Even scaled up, I don't even know if your damage increases. I don't know if you can do anything scary to us. Plus, we got two guys wielding holy stuff. Kane, care to explain to me why you didn't deal a shit ton of damage just now? Okay, Porum, honestly, you can just block. We can get some fire spells. I don't think we need to go in with the we'll go in with the fire 3. It's the victory lap. If there were ever a time to show off, it's going to be now. Which we really just let Cecil just go to town. Everybody defend, and then Cecil just, whenever your turn comes around, just lay into him. Hit him really hard. That's a lot of experience. Holy hell. Well, we learned Mateo. That's pretty... We learned Mateo, but not... Hold on. Why don't you know Flare? Do you... Palom learns Mateo at level 50? And Flare at 55? Do you learn Flare at all? You've got to. There's no way he doesn't learn Flare. I also feel like Porum should be learning Holy soon. Huh. That's very interesting. He learns Mateo first. And yes, I'm going to call it Mateo, not Meteo. Because if I would call it Meteo, I'd just call it Meteor. These aren't Spaghettios. Not Spaghettios. They're not Meteos. It's Mateo. It sounds magical, mystical in its own way. Do I go check what's in that? No. There's nothing over there. It's just a chest. And we pretty much got the best armor in the game. Nothing to be worried about at this time. This one, though, I don't have to go too far out of my way for. And it's monsters. I stand corrected. Oh, yes! Let's tear you guys a new one. Rip you asunder. Ow. Oh, hey, Kane. Now's a good chance for you to make it up to me with the mistake you just made, not super critting on what's-his-face. Okay, not much better, but it's something. Well, since this is going to be the only time we're... Oh, that's expensive. That's downright stupid, which is why we're going to cast it. The only time we're ever going to cast the Meteor spell is right now. I don't know if the red dragon is in the back row, technically. But the blue dragon's got to be almost dead. That was better. Why didn't you do that the first time? Cure 4 is instacast. I like that. I like that a lot. Ugh. And even then, it's not that good. And the Meteor spell is taking 1,000,000 years to cast. Yeah, Palom, this is the only time you're casting it. Max damage, hits everything on screen. Yay, waste of magic. What is with the incredible experience gains up here? White, that's good. Nuke, okay. And infinitely more useful, a glass mask. You are shitting me, game. Do we just put that on Edward and make him infinitely immortal? This just maxes out our physical defense, doesn't it? It does. And then we can go in with the Cursed Ring and he's immune to everything. There's an idea, but I don't want to do that because then it takes away from his punching power. Let's go ahead and put the diamond ring back on you, sir. And Kane, what do you look like for attacks right now? 126 with 10 attack multipliers. If I give you the Avenger, I feel like having the Avenger would be nicer. Because it's lower at physical attack, but it gives you more attack multipliers. And it raises your speed, I think, a little bit. Or is it vitality it raises? It doesn't matter. I would put it on Cecil, but actually, you know what? I'm curious if... It just might. I'm curious if that we'd still get the stat gains, but we don't get the perma berserk because the crystal armor... Or maybe it's just the shield. One of the pieces of crystal armor negates berserk or prevents it. But if it's a weapon, if it's a status tied to a weapon, it might not matter. It might not care. All right. Everybody leave. Edward's going to tank the final dungeon by himself. Ow, we are still taking major damage elementally. I don't know if this was intended. I mean, we're... by no means are Palom and Porum wearing good endgame equipment. I mean, Porum, technically, is. She's still using the heroin armor, so I'm sure if she got, like, blasted with a Fire 2 spell, she'd probably be fine. Palom, though. Palom is, Palom's feeling the burn a little bit. I also need to be careful because even at level, these guys are what, almost level 60? Palom and Porum do not have that much MP. So I need to be very careful. And make sure that I meter out how much they're using and when. Moonveil! See, that's one of the things that would be great to go up against Wyvern. If I find the prerequisite things that don't totally suck, I may just go back and do that. Maybe in like a special... after the game's over episode or something. Who knows? I have not been watching Kane. I haven't been inputting his attacks, so I have not been watching for them. Are they better? I would imagine they are. Statistically, they'd have to be. What's with all the monster chests? I'm not really complaining all that much. Ow! Why? Has anybody hit anyone except Palom? I'm just going to keep him at low health. That way, Cecil can auto-cover. Thank you! No. That's what we're just going to stay like here. We're going to do this. We're going to stay like here. Yep, that's how we talk. Shit, that's fine. I thought it was Edward's turn. It wasn't. It was Palom's turn. He's going to waste an attack. It's fine. These guys don't have that much health. There's no way. 70. See, Palom, you're not totally useless. Just these guys are better than you. Also, don't let it get you down. You're only like, what, 6? 6-year-old child gonna go save the world? I don't need to be grinding. I'm not grinding levels per se. I'm more curious of... There's the Bahamut spell. Let's go back and get Rydia now. No. This is to satisfy my curiosity of what's in these chests. Also, I'm curious if maybe we can come across some armor that's... Get over there. If we could come across some armor that would be better for Porum to not be wasting all of her MP. Oh, your guys' MP gains like skyrocketed since we got here. I know you've also gained like 15 levels, but... Cure 2? That was utter garbage. And a blizzard. Also garbage. I could be, and should be, throwing this stuff away. But it's my garbage. Oh, shit. I just realized I don't have the crystal. I might not be able to do actually beat the game unless I find it. Luckily, there's all sorts of endgame moon bosses and stuff that we can beat up. I think this is the way we go, because this is the room where you'd farm the Pinktails, right? No, this is somewhere entirely different. So this was progress. I went the wrong way. How do you even do that? How do you mess up in a game that you played a million billion times? Okay, now, behemoths only attack, they only counterattack. So, I guess we should just be letting Cecil do all of the cane. Now's a really bad time. Ow. This isn't good. We're just gonna have to... Or Cecil could be a beast. I mean, we knew he was. Who needs Excalibur when you got the Crystal Sword? And we'll just go back in with the Cure 4. It's fine, honestly. Do we have anything that we can put on her besides this heroin armor? It's really starting to get old. No, the answer is no. We are going to have to throw some stuff away, though. Not this moon veil, though. We are holding on to that for eternity. We can get rid of one cursed ring. I could just go put it up with the other ones, but I mean, I don't need to at this point. We also never found the adamant. We could turn something into the... We could make something of the legend sword if we did. But it would be something... It would be the advanced super weapon for Edward. And it's not going to be better than the spoon. Whatever it ends up being. I think about 3k per hit is worth it to go all in on just laying into a behemoth. Cure 4, please. I'm also realizing that as Porum gains a bunch of levels, I'm hoping they go straight to her will. So despite the fact that she is using the... You know what? We haven't seen Nuke yet. Despite the fact that she's using the heroin armor, which is going to hinder her will stat... If we can get it high enough despite the fact that it's being impeded, we should be able to heal relatively okay despite it being hindered. I am officially a higher level than I need to be. Artemis arrows! I'm glad I opened that chest. Unicorn horn? I never went back. I'm an idiot. Well... No. That'll be the one that I skip. Okay, we've got to be running out of monster chests. I just get them all out of the way, because there aren't infinite monster chests in this dungeon. Not every chest is a monster chest. It's not supposed to be. But it did do a ridiculous amount of them, so I'm hoping there's maybe only 1 or 2 left. This may be the finale today if we find the crystal. The thing that we need. I don't know. I want to say this now because I'm not sure. It's possible that Golbez at the end of the game still gives you the crystal. You may just always get the crystal from him. It's possible. I just don't know for certain. It's been a minute since I've done one of these. A silver dagger? Get that out of here. I'd rather the silver spoon. This is the pink pie room, and it has nothing in it. Did I just say pink pie? I wouldn't mind eating a pink pie. I don't even watch My Little Pony, is what I'm assuming that is. As soon as I said pink pie, here's the thing. In my brain, I heard... I'm just going to throw these away. I could sell them, but what's the point? I heard in my... Have you ever had that thing where, like, maybe this is just me because I'm neurodivergent. When you hear something that makes you laugh from like 15 years ago, and then you think about it, and then it's like, hey, remember when that used to make you laugh? And for whatever reason, one of the Markiplier scare highlights, or scare compilations, where it must have been like the 3rd or 4th one, where it was like the SCP or Slenderman, whatever, where it was Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony, as opposed to the actual Slenderman or whatever SCP of the day it was supposed to be. And he's like, is Pinkie Pie down here? And she just pokes her head out of the wall and he starts screaming. That's the voice I heard as soon as I said Pink Pie. Not that I need to justify myself. I don't know, you people nuttin'. That's not true. I mean, it is, and it isn't. I owe you guys entertainment, if nothing else. Because else, why would you be here? Anything cool? Samurai arrows. That's fine. Just throw them in the pile. Add them to the stack. Secret passage. Little money. Poison claws for the yang we don't have. I'm going to have to start throwing stuff away. Protect rings would be super cool. Monsters is also a thing, I guess. It's a behemoth. We know what to do to these. Palom gets what? Is there a kick me sign? Did somebody tape a kick me sign to this 6-year-old boy when I wasn't looking? Jeez, everything has been laying into Palom like he's the Antichrist. He's like, I'm just a little guy. I mean, he is a deviant little boy. He's a trickster man. I mean, he's 6 years old and can cast Flare. If that doesn't trip some alarms, I don't know what will. There's the crystal armor that we already have. And it's the helmet I needed instead. Forget that I said anything. Kevin. Not because I'm in desperate need of one, but because, I don't know, an MP max would be nice. And now, we save. Let's see here. Now, who could you possibly be? We did... Well, it could be anyone, as been demonstrated by the Mylon Z fight. Antlion, I was wondering where you were. Wait a minute. When we kill Antlion, do we get the Sand Ruby? Because we killed Rubicante in the Antlion's den, and we didn't get the Sand Ruby for it. Or did we get something else? We may have gotten something else. You hit like a truck. I'm noticing, though, that your counterattack move doesn't do anything. So what, you're just going to be a damage sponge until the game's over? Yeah, just single target cane. Oh, wow, didn't even need it. Considering what's normally standing right here, I'll take an easy win. All right, what do we got? We already have the crystal sword, so give me something cool. The Luca key. All right. All right. I hear you, game. I hear you. Do we go do Sealed Cave? Not right now, obviously. I would like to do the rest of There's only a couple bosses left in this area. This can be just like the final boss gauntlet episode. We can just make this the episode, is do all of this, leave, clean up some checks, and then come back and beat the game. Hell, I could use the pass if I wanted to, because I got 3 of them. We just go to Troya and do it that way. That way we just get kicked right to the end. We're going to be over-leveled to fight anything going forward just because of the nature of how this episode's been going. Since we got here, we've been tearing ass. All right. Cure 3. You know what I think is really funny? The phrases tear ass and rip ass. They sound like they should mean the same thing, but they're totally different. Because what is rip and tear but not a synonym for the same action? You're breaking something. But to tear ass is to just like mow through everything without a second thought, and to rip ass is, well, to fart. All right, who is Plague? Philosophical. Oh, the Maggot Sisters. This is actually gonna suck. This is a stupid gimmick fight that's only going to be made worse by the fact that it's a higher difficulty now. Unless you guys don't deal a lot of damage. But that was against Cecil, which isn't a very fair comparison. And Kane's using the wrong weapon. Well, how do we do this then? We can't do anything. You just got to parry. Just go ahead and block until we can get Cindy dead. And I hope that in the meantime, Kane doesn't kill one of the other ones. Kane, you've attacked 3 times, and each time you've attacked not the right one. Do we use Mateo? This is actually a good use for this spell. Kane can weaken the ones on the outside, and Edward and Cecil can go in on the ones in the middle. Ow. Just when I thought it was safe to go back in the pool. On her next turn, Porum's going to have to heal. We'll do a full party heal. Not that we need it, but just keep everybody capped off. Topped off. What does capped off mean? If somebody would like to tell me, if it means anything. And if it doesn't, let's invent a new meaning. Right. Luckily, those of us that were in desperate need of healing did not get Reflect cast on us. And thankfully, that just wiped out all of them. That's great. I love that it still gave us the no money they usually give. A crystal ring! Thank God. Who do I give this to? Do I give this to Palom or Porum? I should give it to Porum. I give this to Porum. That only makes sense that you give the healer the means to withstand a bunch of just beatings. Now I need a cabin just to undo that meteor summon spell I just cast. What is this? First edition Dungeons and Dragons? The mage can cast 1 low-level spell and then has to sleep it off. Luca Key, though. Luca Key. That gives us some options. 1 option, specifically, but... we were just in here, dingus. Alright, who's Lunasaurs? Ooh, what's in these chests? We get 2 checks from this. Who are we fighting? Golbez! Which Golbez? There's only one Golbez fight, because I think it's the... Yep, this is the rematch. Okay. This is the Dwarf Castle one. Okay. Interesting. What's going to be the best way to do... Well, I mean, like, we're still alive. Can I maybe, just maybe, cast... Oh, we did learn Life 2. That's great. Wall on Edward. If we can. I don't know if this is technically a cutscene, but we can act in it. Because he's going to start... I think he'll leave Edward alive because he's the hero character. Look at that. We can still do stuff while we're waiting. And if Edward lives, Golbez is going to start casting stupid spells on us. And when he does, I just want one of us to be able to reflect them. You only killed one guy? All right. Hold on, I want Palom alive for this. Thank you, Kane, for being paralyzed so we don't have to... So we don't have to see you whiffing until the whole cutscene played out. Yeah, guess he's full. Let's cry, because I can't think of anything better to do right now. Man, this whole fight's been a big nothing burger. See, Porum's crying because of how frustratingly easy it is. Do we cast? Yeah, we cast Nuke on you. It's not every day that we get to cast one of the fun spells on a boss this low level. Now, you're gonna cast magic eventually. Or we could just kill you. That is also an option. Ah, yes, give it to me. Give me the levels. Sweet, sweet levels, which I stopped needing maybe 10 levels ago. Murasame and the Adamant. Yes! Okay, so the only thing left, check-wise, so that's Sand Ruby. So that's the Adamant. So the only thing left is the Sand Ruby, which I don't know how to get. It's hidden somewhere. And the stupid crystal if Golbez doesn't give it to us. One of them is going to be in the Sealed Cave. Sealed Cave is going to be mandatory, isn't it? Because the crystal we need to dispel Zeromus is going to be in the Sealed Cave because Golbez is going to hand us the Sand Ruby. We're going to be like, this isn't what we needed. He's going to be like, oh shit, I grabbed the wrong gemstone. And then we're going to be stuck in a Zeromus fight, unable to transform him, so we can't win. So we'll just have to kill ourselves until the game ends. Start over. All right. One more boss gauntlet boss. God, I figured we'd be done with monsters by now. There has to be, like, no more of them. Man, wouldn't it be cool if you could multi-target with the Holy Summon spell? Why do I say summon? I've been playing this franchise for so many years. I know what the difference between a spell and a summon is. Why am I screwing this up? One of the underrated spell animations in this game, I believe. No, maybe not underrated. This game probably... That spell animation probably gets the right amount of kudos for how cool it is. Another crystal ring! I'm glad I opened this chest. Palom, that rune ring you got on your finger, ditch it. We got something better. Alright, now. Who is hiding behind Agopogo? Also, do we need heal? We should be okay. Octomammoth! This'll be fun. Again, this is going to be another antlion situation. Where, yes, you'll probably hit a little harder, but that's it. You're just going to be a big HP sponge. Luckily, this is one that we can visualize how much HP you're losing because it should still have the tentacle loss. So how's everybody doing today? Christmas is vastly approaching as I am recording this. It'll be Christmas in a couple days. Anybody have any fun plans? Anything they want to divulge or discuss or brag about? Drop in the comments below. I'd love to know what everybody's up to for the holiday season. And if you made it this far, why... Whoa! Discovery of the century? Why would you absorb holy? What's the reason for that? I don't care, because I just won't do that again, but... Whoa! Did anybody see that? I mean, everybody saw it. You were all there. That's crazy. I didn't know that. Has that always been a thing? Okay, never mind. We don't have to go do Sealed Cave. Sealed Cave is just going to have some items we don't need. Yeah, Sealed Cave is going to have some items we don't need, and the, what's it? The, my god, the, Sand Ruby. I'm not opening any more chests. We don't need to at this point. We got it. We did it. The game's over. Although I'm pretty sure I say that, and then I would be proven wrong. We are in go mode. I would say that and then immediately be proven wrong. Then I'm like, oh, I think we did all of the monster chests. Let me check. And the monster is... Okay. And I don't even have to, like, heal up or anything because we're already there. Maybe I should have gone back and saved just in case this fight doesn't go well. But this fight should go fine. We're more than over-leveled. My only concern is Edward's low health pool. I am the absolute dark. I am Zeramus. I am hatred. I am all that keeps you up at night. Well, this is the finale, I guess. There were a couple bosses we didn't find hiding out in caves I didn't feel like checking. There's a bunch of treasure chests we didn't open, but that's okay. I should have taken the Avenger off of Cain. I think Edward also has to be the one to use the crystal. Maybe not. But we'll check just in case. Alright. Crystal. Prepare to meet your maker. Oh, and then next it'll be Palom's turn? Yes! Instant flare. Watch, this Zeramus is going to kick our ass. He is harder. He is more difficult than the base game. But we should be okay. Let's see what the boss turns into. Look at you! Look at you. I love that the mods and devs still do stuff to change the final boss sprites for these games. Why did that not connect? I waited for the transformation. I wish I could just change. That's going to be a big mistake. Choosing to... I should have just waited. Should have been more patient. How bad is this going to be? Can't be that bad. That's pretty bad. Edward will die if I don't fix that. So, Palom, let's try this again. Porum, you just go for the jugular and cast Cure 4 over and over and over again. I think if anything is going to slow me down in this fight, it's going to be Edward's low health pool and Porum's abysmal will stat. At this point, it might actually just be better to have Edward on standby healing. I wish I had more than a couple of Cure 3 potions. Because I do not want Palom to die. Palom's going to be one of our major damage dealers here. And I don't want to slow Cecil down because he's a big damage dealer too. I should just wait, right? I should just wait. Because it's coming. It'll happen. It's not that nothing will happen in the meantime. Okay, no. We're good. We can cast a Cure 4 spell. Or do we just cast... we cast a Cure 3 spell on Cain. You're going to follow up with a Big Bang, aren't you? I don't trust this. It's coming. It's going to take a minute to get back to Porum's turn, so I really need to be watching for everybody's... Son of a bitch, I knew this would happen. And we're out of stuff. And we only have one elixir. Okay, that one wasn't as bad. Edward can wait. He's not even weak yet. A time will come when he will stop casting Big Bang. Once the meteors start falling, we know that we're more than halfway done. I think that's still the same in the code. Well, there goes him. That's okay. That just means that this will end up being a more concentrated Cure 4 spell. And we'll use a life potion. Still glad that I got as many of them as I did. Maybe we'll have Cecil use his turn using an elixir, because I do not want you at a low health percentage longer than you need to be. Just to be sure, let's use another Cure 4. Just make sure everybody stays at the top of their game. And then we can go back to fighting. I hope that was not a waste of an ether. What's more, I used Cure 4 like the second before the Big Bang came. Don't you just love when that happens? Again, it wasn't a super terrible one. So we just got to hang out for a second. Man, I don't know if keeping the Avenger on Kane was a good idea or a bad idea. I think a lot more damage than I'm taking note of has come from, will you leave Palom alone? What the hell is going on today? Every time. I mean, like, if it had to be anybody, I actually don't mind so much that it's him. Because it's like he's slow in comparison to the rest of the party, but like, what the hell? Why did everybody just suddenly, just unanimously decide that Palom is the one that we need to just taunt and kick him while he's down? He never gets fully back up either. Are you dead? Are you dead again? You're only gonna hit like 2 of us, right? Yeah, no, we're fine. Thank you for only targeting the HP sponges. Now, in this phase, he will still cast Big Bang, although it is much more infrequent. So I would like us to... Never mind, he's just dead, and we don't have to worry about it anymore, because the game's over. Oh, man. Randomizer completed! Oh, this is good. This feels good. This makes me feel really good. And we didn't have to do Sealed Cave. We had to do Eblin Cave. We had to get to the underground without the magma key. That's one of the things that everybody that runs this that everybody that runs this game in a speedrunning category really hates when it happens. It's like, oh no, you got the hook, so now you gotta get into the underground through Eberlin Cave. Great. And then it just takes a big chunk out of your optimization because you gotta do it eventually. And you never know what's gonna be stopgapping you from getting to where you need to go. Much like what happened to me with the Dark Knight. Fade away into nothing. Become nothing. There we go. It's like when you light a candle and then you put the cap back on the candle and then it burns itself out. Literally suffocates itself by burning up all the oxygen inside. Time for credits. And for the game to yell at me for not opening a bunch of treasure chests. Man, of course it would be the final boss in the game would have the crystal we needed. That's just rude. Congratulations. Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise. Version 4.6.0. There's way more to that than I was even... I only got maybe halfway through the second line, and I'm just like, no, we're going to stop. Completed in 5 hours, 7 minutes, and 45 seconds of in-game time. That sounds about right. Key items, 16 out of 17. Characters, 11 of 13. Who was I missing? Who did I not get? Or is it just, that's just the ones I didn't pick up? Because Yang was one, and whoever was in Giant Debable was the other one. Got more than half the treasures. And we skipped 2 bosses. Who's the other boss we skipped? We skipped Great Wall, or Demon Wall. Who else is left? And Wyvern. That's right. Didn't kill Wyvern. So we did virtually everything. And now the game will go ahead and show us where everything was. Although the only thing that I needed confirmation is that Sealed Cave had Sealed Cave had the Sand Ruby in it. Legend Sword. I'm curious what we would have gotten if we went back to Kokol's Forge and gave him that. Because I said it. I said it in the game, in the seed generator, so that instead of getting a check or just a random item, I made it specifically so that the weapon you get is based off of which character you're using, and it is their ultimate weapon from Advanced. Which I think for Edward is the Apollo Harp. I could be wrong about that. I think that's right, though. There's the crystal. That's the crystal we needed. And we got it. So I hope everybody enjoyed this little randomizer playthrough. See, because you can do this. I was doing this the long way. If you were like truly optimizing this out, you could have done this in maybe 2-3 hours. If not faster. The speedrunning community for this game is insane with their route optimizations. Of course, they're also playing like really weird generations of seeds, and they're just doing really strange stuff with an intent to almost try like really weird methods of getting around. Which, I mean, I'm all for that, but, like, when I play this game, I play this game the same way every time. I will probably do another one of these on this channel. Not soon, but eventually. There will be another one. I love doing these. And just like the A Link to the Past randomizer, I would like there to be another one. Okay, let's see. Was I right? Sand Ruby. Yes! I'm glad we got to bypass Sealed Cave. Rubicante had the pink tail. That's right. We did get the pink tail from... That was so early in the adventure that I forgot where it came from. Adamant. And also... Was there not another thing? I think there was only one check. Edward gave us the Twin Harp, because why wouldn't he? Earth Crystal. Bahamut had it all along. I had fun. I hope you guys had fun too. So, who saw that I posted the other day? I uploaded a VOD directly from Twitch. From when I was streaming Dark Souls 3. That's not the next project. But it's going to be something similar I would like to do regarding how I go about content in the future. I want to get back into streaming. The computer I'm using right now is not up to par anymore for being able to maintain rigorous streaming and uploading and editing. It's an 8-year-old computer. And it's a box model, too. This is a stock PC I've been using all this time. Frankly, I'm surprised it's still alive. But, I didn't realize how easy it was streaming from a console. I tried it on PS4, like, years ago. And it was simple enough, but I never had much incentive to try it because I'm like, oh, if it's that easy, everybody would be doing it. Like, I also like the hands-on approach of, like, going to your PC, downloading OBS, setting up your overlays, and, like, doing all the technical stuff. I enjoy that as well. But, man, being able to just put a headset on and just stream a game to Twitch from your console, I didn't even have it plugged into, like, the Ethernet or anything. And it was a smooth stream the entire time. Everything was going perfect. Oh, it felt so good, and we had a fun time while we were there playing. I don't like that there isn't an overlay. You could only ever see the video at any given time, and so if I ever called out chat or anything, like, you can't see what's going on, which I guess for better or for worse, that is a good feature to have, but it's like, it can be disjarring. I'm aware of that. But So there will be more stuff like that in the future. I'd like to finish Dark Souls 3. We're just doing a run through of the game. I'm just beating it as fast as possible. So if anybody has any interest in that, be sure to swing by and hang out. We like to have fun here as well as on Twitch. It's the same place, just a different font. And the next project that we do, it looms ever closer. I am still in testing with it, and it's going to be... This is not the place to talk about this. I'm going to say it here, but I'm also going to dedicate a second video to this, is that YouTube isn't the world it used to be. Let's Play content does not do well anymore, and I've seen that reflected in my analytics. Even though I've had a record amount of growth this year, I'm not getting as much as I could be simply because engagement is bad. My analytics have spelled it out. If you go anywhere, it's like, yeah, unless you are an established Let's Player, which just because I have tenure doesn't mean I'm an established one. It's not going to get you anywhere unless you do something that really cuts above the rest. Separate the seed from the chaff, as it were, or the wheat from the chaff. So, I would like to go back to the drawing board with how I approach my content, and that's why I think the next game that I'm going to do is going to be a great way to implement that, because it's going to be very story focused, and I can section out everything that I want to do in its own little box, and that makes a nicer video, if that makes any sense. So you guys will see when it happens. It'll make sense in time, and again, I'm going to make a second video all about how we're going to be doing that. And so if anybody's interested, stick around, because that'll be happening soon. Very soon. So, but until then, I didn't mean to use all of the credits. Until then, this is Eargear Plus signing off, and I'll see you guys later. Look at that Mode 7 goodness. Show me the end. Give it to me. Yes! Hit the screen. It cracks the lens. Take care, everybody.